Yeah, buddy! We are live at 2:13 p.m. just outside of Toronto time, and it's so good to see you all. It's great seeing y'all. I hope you're all well. Give you a minute to come on in. Come on in, Dan buddy. Come on in, Dan. Good to see Dan in the house. How you guys doing on this? Remind me, what day is today? Monday. It's Monday, right? It is. I hope it's Monday. But guys, come on in. Let's have some watermelon. How'd that grass get in there? How did that grass get in there? Guys, what is happening? Let us know your scent of the day. Let us know how life is treating you. But it's Monday. We'll hang out for a bit, have some watermelon, talk about perfume, talk about life, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Space, we'll probably talk about Le Labo. I got a 50 ml bottle of Santal 33 for 60 bucks. That's a steal. Why would somebody sell it for so cheap? The bugs out here are crazy. I've never seen bugs like these before. Well, excuse me, I'm gonna put the watermelon down and we'll do a proper stream. But it's good to see everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all well rested. Hope you're all happy. I hope you're all well perfumed and enjoying Monday. What's happening, Rizzard in Poland. Rizzard, I met a nice Polish girl the other day on the street corner. Not that kind of street corner. I was going for ice cream and she was going to meet a friend. Her name was Yolanda. A very nice Polish woman. Yolanda. Should have asked her what fragrance she was wearing, but Dushan says, I love Mondays on vacation. I love Mondays when I'm on vacation too. Frederick Mull is alive. Is he? Has he been spotted somewhere? Where is he? Well, I'm glad that he's alive. That'd be awful if he wasn't. Why wouldn't he be alive, Milos? Moose, you like watermelon? Is it okay to eat watermelon? Is that what you're saying, Moose? I can dip into the watermelon, but let us know what you guys are wearing. I am in this bad boy. I am in Jean-Paul Gaultier Fleur de Mal. I would say this is another Francis Courdion Orange Blossom. And this has nothing to do with Le Mal. Nothing. This doesn't smell anything like Le Mal, like modern day Le Mal, like the lavender vanilla. This is actually dirty. This is a dirty orange blossom. Dirty orange blossom, Neroli, Petit Grain, and Civet. I think that's what the main notes are. There's a big civet in here. This is really pissy. So, there you can see. I don't know why this thing, it won't sit properly, but there you go. Fleur de Mal. Look at that torso. Look at that package, eh? He's not shy, Jean-Paul Gaultier. He's not shy. I mean, it's a shame that so many of these scents all smell this similar, like in the Jean-Paul Gaultier range. Unlike Mugler, I feel like Mugler's both all actually like this Jean-Paul Gaultier guy, but I feel like his perfumes are way more original, Mugler's. But let us know what you guys are wearing. I usually last longer, but today I came first, says Dan. Ooh, Dan. I love the innuendo, buddy. Double entendre. Stab that motherfucker. Dushan is in Jules. Dai mala tu labenitsu. You want some watermelon? Yeah, man. Help yourself. Have a bite. That's what Eve said to Adam. Here, have a bite. And that's why we're here. And that's why we're here. Milos ordered New York Intense. Good for you. Still really surprised Gillen didn't have that on his best lavender list or favorite lavenders. I love that stuff. Space says it was an older lady selling it on Vinted. Said it was way too strong for her. I guess she didn't realize how expensive it is. It is way too strong. I don't even find it. I smelled it on a woman once. I don't find it feminine at all. Dan is in Bulgari Rouge. They sent me a few samples. Bulgari's sending samples. That's cool. Yolanta. Oh, Yolanta. I thought she said Yolanda. Could be Yolanta. Who knows? Who cares, really, right? We know what kind of street corner. No. It wasn't one of those nasty-ass street corners. Mitra's here. Good to see Mitra. Hi, Mitra. How are you guys doing? Let us know what you guys are wearing. Let us know what's new with you guys. I just actually had a dip in the lake earlier. My brother's working, so I was like, I'll go have a dip. Did some, I was reading, cutting up watermelon, tanning, got a lot of sleep, got a lot of rest. Dan going to Rome this month for a weekend trip. Let me know if I should check anything out specifically, perfume-wise, eh? What's happening, Germs? Good to see Germs. Fleur de white. It is very white, eh? There's something Kurosy about it. And I'm not sure if Francis Kudgian did that intentionally, but when I spray this, I get a black. It might be the civet, that kind of pissy cat thing. Great sprayer. Look at the sprayer. Oh, it just goes right into the wind. Make good mosquito repellent. Oh, it's powdery and very orangey. It does have a lot of vanilla in it. It might even have lavender, but it's so different than the regular Le Male. Like, it's just got so much orange blossom in it. This powdery, honeyed, syrupy, white florals, orange blossom, neroli, petit grain. Who's tried this stuff? I think it's discontinued now. Parfums Jean-Paul Gaultier Eau de Toilette, 125 ml. BPI. So that was before who owns Jean-Paul Gaultier now? Puig, I believe. So this was Beauty Prestige Inc. And I think this has been discontinued. But Space says Louis Vuitton Nuit de Faux has a great sweet musky base. I need to get a bottle. Well, you compared it to Bois d'Argent and you love that one, right? Any idea when Bel Homme will be restocked? Dewar. I'm hoping very soon because there's been a lot of requests for it. As soon as packaging arrives, which could be at 2:22 p.m. It could be any day, literally. Any day, any time from like today to the next 10 days, I imagine it would arrive, the packaging. It was supposed to be here already. So hopefully very, very soon. But yeah. I mean, obviously I want it to show up soon, so. Shocked to see Eugene and Jean-Paul Gaultier. Well, I mean, Le Male. I don't like Le Male, the regular Le Male. This is not Le Male. This is Fleur de Male. A completely different perfume. Completely different fragrance. Le Mans smells like plastic to me. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy smelling it on other people. Do you like mango scents? Yeah, I like fruity scents. I do. Do I have a favorite mango? Oh, it might be Timbuktu. That's mango, right? What else? I think some of the Hermes line has mangoes. The Un Mediterranee. Might have fruity scents. Yeah, I do like. Do like tropical fruity things. Mango, coconut. Mitra, you like Iris vetiver more than Iris leather. Well, they all kind of go together, don't they? What is this? This is Life. He wearing Lou Mall. What's happening, Bobby Dior? Tom Selleck, yes. That's a good melon. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's not too sweet. Let me have another bite to remind me, but it's not too sweet. It's a little bit bitter, to be honest. What's happening, Aperol Spritz? I have no idea what he's saying, but he sounds angry. Aperol says, Frank the Mall, but fumble with his eponymous brand at the helm of Dior. Totally. Agree. But it seems like all of his fragrances are getting easier and easier and easier. You know, the challenging aspects are getting like you really got to go farther and farther away from today to find his perfumes that are made like this. Like even you look at his rose perfumes. Like his first rose perfume was Absolute pour le Soir, which is genius, brilliant, masterpiece. You look at his second rose, I think it was Lumiere Noir, which is, it was okay, it was nice, it was acceptable. Let's call it that. I think it was widely regarded, like widely loved. You look at his third one, A la Rose, Home a la Rose. You're like what where the fuck, like the decline. You know what I mean? In character, the decline in storytelling and materials. Just it was a huge decline. It's like his roses fell off a cliff. You know what I mean? So he's very capable, but there's obviously some sort of issue here where we don't want his compatibility, or the brands don't want him compatible. Creed jumping in on the oud train. I saw that, a new Creed oud. Damn. This Jules is brilliant. I smelled Jules at Samir's. I was at Samir's the other day, and Mohammed, I guess the new guy, he's like, you gotta smell Jules. I said, yeah, you're right. I gotta smell Jules. And he sprayed it on me, and I was like, I was kind of waiting for the magic to happen. And I, just on first spray, I didn't see it. I didn't get it. And I asked him, do you get the fig in this? Because I keep hearing this is a fig perfume, and I don't really sense fig. I feel like there's fig in there only because I've been told there's fig. Somebody said it's a fig perfume, but I don't necessarily get fig from it. But yeah, what's happening, Janet? Good to see Janet. Glad to catch you live. Good to see you with us. One is in Samsara EDP. Brilliant. Masterpiece. Love Samsara. A real good, one of the best. One of the best. If Buddha would wear perfume, I always think it's Samsara. That's like the Buddha's perfume. I always felt like if the Buddha would wear a perfume, it would be Samsara. Like, and when I go back to that space and time and Buddha asked me what's like the perfume I should be wearing, I'd be like, Buddha, Samsara's for you. You gotta discover Samsara. I got one of those from Anuj after a big order. Kind sold that, man. What did you get, Carl? What did Anuj give you? Jewels? I believe there was a gay Le Male release and commercial. I don't know anything about that. I know there's been hundreds of Le Male releases, limited editions, special editions. Bad weather here. I have a headache. Janet says Bellam is beautiful. Thank you, Janet. Your soul is beautiful. Your soul is beautiful. Mango is great in Timbuktu. I knew Dishon would love Timbuktu. Carl says I'm in Hugo Boss The Scent today. Guilty pleasure scents that's calming somehow for me. I'm not a big fan of Hugo Boss fragrances at all, like really. That's just the snob in me though. What's up, Mod Army? Mitra, what's your favorite pear scent? Dior Homme. 1932, Chanel 1932. What else has pear? Chanel has lots of pear, but you're asking Mitra, so we'll see what Mitra says. Watermelon wouldn't make a very good fragrance, would it? Also like the pear and Dior d'Amour. Dior d'Amour. Parrot, rose, iris. Damn it, I want watermelon. Oh, it's my favorite fruit after cherries. We had cherries yesterday, Mitra. We've still got some left in the fridge, but... I'm telling you, we go through about 7 watermelons a week. It's insane. Everybody loves... I think basically it's like watermelon for breakfast. Nobody really eats a proper breakfast in my house. We'll just have watermelon or blueberries or something. Boss number 1 for Bobby. Dan says Stephen Humbert Lucas, God of Fire, is the all mango rage right now. Dushan is testing Kirky today, Eugene. I can't imagine he's gonna like it. Dan says, go watch Superman. It was amazing. I asked my brother last night, I said, do you want to go watch Superman? They don't have Mission Impossible here where I am in this town, but they have Superman and F1. I really wanted to see Mission Impossible. That was like what I wanted to go to the movies for. I saw they got Superman. What the hell? A remake of Superman? I saw the original in the theater. The original is the first, I'm giving my age away here now, but the original Superman with Reeves, Christopher Reeves, is that his name? Reeves? Was the first movie I've ever seen in the theater. My mom took me and my brother, and now like all these years later, there's a new Superman, and I'm literally with my brother talking about going to watch it. But if it was Mission Impossible, I think we would have gone. Superman just doesn't interest me all that much. Janet, I love Pear and La Belle Helene by MDCI. Bert Troots, what is happening, you mate? Good to see you. How are you doing? Barbara, you're spreading rumors. Dushan says Kirky is not for me. Yes, that is very aware. Very clear. If I like L'Homme à la Rose, but you don't, what do you recommend I check out instead? I mean, I'm not saying it's shit when it's compared to other things, right? Like when you compare it to his other stuff, it doesn't make any sense. It's just so weak, and I mean, it might be great for whatever it's meant for, but ultimately it just doesn't compare. No? Ricardo, what's happening? Good to see you. You're looking younger. I'd say you're making the most of your early 20s. Stop it. I'll go on. Scent of the day, fabulous Corinthia by Salvador Dali from the Dali Haute Perfumery. Well, good to see you, Ricardo. Thank you for being a good soul. Hope you're having a great day. Janet says, I can't even bring myself to try Kirky. Just can't. And I love some of MFK's. Yeah, Kirky is not a very serious perfume. It's fun, though. It is youthful. A bit childish. I like Kirky. I'll admit, I like Kirky. Creed already has Royal Oud. It's decent. What's the new Oud? I don't know, but every brand has 2 Ouds now, don't they? Like now we're going around in another circle. Like we did one circle where every brand picked up an Oud. I mean, Dior's got how many Ouds? 6? How many Ouds does Dior have in their Les Exclusives? In their Privé? Late for work, gotta spray Le Male. You gotta put on the Le Male t-shirt too, Bobby. Especially if you're at the lake. You need those sailor stripes. What's happening? Andy Herring, New York City. Yeah, let us know how you feel about the Tom Ford Noir. Janet says Holt Renfrew just had 20% off Frederick Mall last week. I bought 4. I feel like a perfume piggy. You're exactly where you need to be. 20% off. Fig is Dune put home. Yeah, what did I say? That's what I said, didn't I? Dune. I got to try Dune. Janet, I'm going to send you my sample of Kirky. You need to try it. Your shirt looks like Jean-Paul Gaultier in the navy bottle. Yeah, it looks like Jean-Paul Gaultier in almost every bottle. You got Fleur de Mal from Anouge. You know where I got my bottle? I've told this before. Who knows where I got my bottle? Who knows where this came from? I got mine as a gift. Dushan is Your Jewels vintage. There's no Fig and Jewels. You're thinking of your Dune. Oh, Dune, that Jewels. Okay, right. Yeah, you're right. That's what it was. Dune. I think it was Dune. I think it was Dune that I tried. That means I've never tried Jewels. Fahrenheit 32 is also nice. Samir has a bottle of Fahrenheit cologne. Anyone try it? It was sealed, so I wasn't able to. And I've never seen a bottle anywhere else. Mitra said, I missed that question. I don't like pear in perfumery. What's happening, Boz? Good to see you, Boz. Mitra goes through 4 boxes of cherries a week single-handedly. You beast. Mitra's bringing back the hype for Vetiver Oriental. Is Vetiver Oriental Serge Lutens. Last time I smelled that was on Christo. We were downtown and he was wearing that. He was a big fan of that stuff. If that's the Serge. Dushan ate watermelon this morning. Now it's time for pancakes. What are we putting on the pancakes? Maple syrup, honey, what goes on there? My in-laws live in the Okanagan. Cherry, apricot, peach trees in their backyard. Insane. Sherm says, I regret watching Superman. Well, there you go. Maybe I shouldn't go see it. No, I just wanted to see Mission Impossible. Do you even remember what happened? No, I don't. I don't care. That's like me and my brother. We went for a drive yesterday, and he started playing the Beatles, and we started getting this whole conversation about the Beatles. He loves music in every genre. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to say it because I'm gonna get fucking flamed. But I'm like, the Beatles are the most overrated fucking band of all time. They have a great beat and all this, but their music's fucking meaningless. Like, it just has no meaning to it. I'm sure it has meaning to them, but when I listen to the words, it's just like, it means nothing to me. It's just like some kind of goofy fucking music. And he's like, yeah, you're kind of right. You got a point. That was Bob Dylan's argument with the Beatles. He started saying, like, Bob Dylan's like, they got a great music. Like, Bob Dylan's music is very soulful, right? And then we started talking about Bob Dylan and all kinds of things. But I'm not a fan of the Beatles. He's like, how do you feel about the Beatles? I said, well, they're okay, but I mean, I'd rather listen to almost anything else but the Beatles. I'd rather listen to Zeppelin. I'd rather listen to the Stones. Anything, you know what I mean? Anything. Eugene is perfecting the hip French sailor look. I'd probably have to swap hats, though. I don't think the hat is working with the outfit. I need some sort of beret or something, and the mustache would have helped. But no, I don't remember the Mission Impossible, Carl. Karen says, I can't remember the first movie I saw. My dad took me to the movies before I could speak. I remember seeing Star Wars in school. They showed it on the television and the cassette, like a VHS cassette. We had to pay like $3 after school to watch Star Wars. Kirky is juvenile. Yeah, it is. I get what you're saying. One says, first time I smelled Samsara, I didn't like it. It's true how your nose develops, and I fell in love with it the next time I smelled it. It's an incredible floral fragrance with sandalwood. Incredible floral development. Lots of rose and ylang. Part of it reminds me of cocoa. Part of Samsara reminds me of cocoa. Super floral. Incense. I worked as a sous chef at Lake O'Hara Lodge in the Rockies in 1982. I made a sandwich for Christopher Reeves. He was in Calgary filming Superman and came for a hike. He was humble and polite. Yeah, he seemed like a great guy. He seemed cool. That's awesome. Space says Baccarat Rouge 540 is a great release, and I don't care for the hype and naysayers trashing it. Best thing is to ignore others when trying and wearing something. So in the same sense, like when you say ignore others, do you often think about what you're saying when you're trashing a fragrance? You know what I mean? Like, do those thoughts come to mind when you're putting together, you know, some words for a fragrance? The first movie I remember seeing is Indiana Jones. The new Superman was good, I thought, but not for everyone. It just says I can't do Dior ouds. Oud Isfahan, leather oud, oud rosewood, purple oud. They're all meh. Well, I thought Oud Isfahan and leather oud are great. Didn't really care for oud rosewood or purple oud, to be honest. Way too rough. Way too rough. Scratchy. I didn't like the materials that they used. Oud rosewood has that kind of sourness, that sour pear, quince, whatever it is they use. It's super metallic and oudy. Ugh. It's really scratchy. Christopher Reeve had to come into the kitchen to avoid people. I made him a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. That's cool. Dushan says, when I was younger, I had strong and black hair like Reeve in this first Superman. Do you like Paranormal Thing? Is that a movie? Pear and DHI is good. Yeah, I get a lot of Pear in the DH series. I forget there's Pear in DHI, and I forget there's a vetiver in the EDT. There's also lavender too, but it's all so well blended. There's even bergamot, but you wouldn't even say there's citrus. It's so dry. DH is so dry, you wouldn't say there's any sort of citrus. Plus, you add all the powder on top, and that even more reduces its sparkle. Christine, what is going on? Good to see you, Christine. What hat is that? That is my Toronto Maple Leafs hat, Christine. F1 was pretty good. That was with Brad Pitt, right? You want to watch Mission Impossible, go watch Liberals trying to balance the budget. Milosh, you know, being a Canadian, that the budget will balance itself, right? Like that's how we voted Trudeau in, because he promised us that the budget would balance itself. And yet here we are. The Beatles are overrated. Karen, are you agreeing with me? Because I'm glad you do. American or European pancakes? Eggs and bacon for me. Those are the perfect pancakes. Dwarfy. Hello, Dwarfy. Rocking Bombay Bling by Neela Vermeer. Those Neela Vermeers sound really good, don't they? I wish I had access to those. Milos says Beatles are dorks. They get so big and royal, you know what I mean? Like, they just became like royalty. No, not the Stones. Why not the Stones? I can listen to the Stones day and night, over and over and over. Okay, Janet says the Beatles are okay. I'd rather listen to almost anything, especially Bowie. Eugene is more of a Nirvana guy. Yes, I love Nirvana too. David Bowie turned me on to rock and roll at the age of 12 with Rebel, Rebel, and Changes. Yes. In school, you watch Star Wars? Yes. Yeah. In like, I don't know, kindergarten? Why? What was wrong with Star Wars? David Bowie's last album, Black Star, struck my soul. Chilling. Really? You liked it? Yeah. And Alessia, what's happening? Any thoughts on upcoming queer new from Armani Privé? Yes. Seems like Armani is getting overloaded with. So I actually really surprised to see a new release, because it feels like it's been so long. I almost thought that was a deadline, and I went into Fragrantica looking at when's the last time they've released anything worth talking about, and they haven't released a whole lot lately. It feels like Armani Privé has released like an adjacent line to that Privé line, like with lighter bottles, like fresher scents, almost like an Aqua Allegoria type collection. But no, I haven't been able to smell queer new, but I am curious about it. I do love leathers. Karen says, I'm with Eugene. Same for Eagles, Nirvana, Pink Floyd, as Boss said, and Kiss. You don't like any of those, Karen? I can do without Kiss. Eagles, too. What's the other Canadian band? God, I can't tolerate the sound of the guy's voice. The old Canadian band from the 80s. What the hell were they called? Alyssa is here. Good to see Alyssa in California in polka dots. Oh, Kiss. All about image and merchandise. Spaces, when I trust something, I just want to release my opinion to the world and move on. I don't want for someone to take my opinion by heart ever. Dushan says, I love Pink Floyd. I love Floyd too. I don't love Floyd. I like Floyd. I love what Floyd does to me. I love the mood they put me in. Kiss was more of a business than a band. Another useless band I thought was Motley Crue. You look so chill with that backwards hat off. Should I take the hat off? You want some more excitement, or is chill okay? Are we okay with chill? I'm sure there's enough excitement out in the world. We just come here to chill, right? I'm okay with chill. Zeppelin forever. Yeah, I would say yeah, Zeppelin too. I like Zeppelin. What's happening, Leo Kurgdian? Sevak. Good to see you, man. The Beatles' hugest fan base was originally young girls. It always makes me laugh that men consider them classic. They're pop. Yeah, they're very poppy. They always have a catchy beat. Fucking words. Some of the songs don't make any sense. I don't know what my brother was playing yesterday. I was like, listen to this. Like, this has absolutely no meaning. It's just fucking catchy. You know what I mean? Bring, bring, bring. Do, do, do. I want to see Eugene in the Panama hat. A Panama hat. Nirvana or Beatles of grunge? Oh, you can feel Nirvana, man. You can feel the emotion in the depth of his soul. You can hear him screaming for pain or agony or whatever he was singing about. I don't see how you can lump Beatles and Floyd in the same group. Eugene is a punk rocker. You know who else is a punk rocker? The Ramones are punk rockers. I like the Ramones in a goofy kind of way. The Ramones remind me of Howard Stern for some reason. Howard Stern would have been a good Ramone. I wanna be sedated. Will you ever do a live with Marge again? Will she have that ass in charge again? Yes, we will. We'll do a live with Marge soon. Boss says I find Metallica overrated, except for the second and third album. It's funny because I said to my brother, like Beatles lyrics, even Metallica songs have more sense. You know what I mean? They have more meaning and depth than Beatles. I wouldn't say Metallica's overrated, dude. They filled stadiums everywhere. Buy a Neela Vermeer sample set and do a video. That's a good idea. Yeah, I don't think Floyd were poppy at all. Dorothy says I used to work near Abbey Road in the cafe. It was so annoying to have to cross that road where all the wankers wanted to take the famous picture, constantly almost killing themselves. Floyd's music send you to the cosmos. I get that feeling. Yeah, definitely. They had Floyd was about frequency. Their music was all about hitting a specific frequency and putting you into a trance. They were very transy. What's your favorite strain? I have my favorite are I love Jean-Guy. I love sativas, Jean-Guy and sour diesel right now. I only smoke sativas. Metallica without Cliff Burton wasn't the same. Well, I would say they were a little bit harder. I think they were hard enough even without Burton. Mr. Bean, hello. I was always a big fan of Armani Privé. It just clicked with me instantly. I always thought Armani Privé was probably one of the better designer exclusive brands, like well beyond what, let's say, Dolce Gabbana and Ferragamo were doing, YSL even. And at that time, even Gucci. Gucci didn't really have a private line until recently. Armani has been releasing a limited release every year in Privé. I haven't noticed anything. But is it in their main line or in that watery, aquatic, different colored bottles line? Pink Floyd had talent, but they were no Zeppelin. Because they were just trying to be themselves. They didn't need to be Zeppelin. Zeppelin was like a wild child. Zeppelin was something else, you know? Zeppelin was 1 in a trillion, billion, gazillion. Let me guess, Boz, you're a mega. I could not listen to Megadeth for the life of me, or Pantera, or any. None of that stuff interests me whatsoever. That noise, like noisy rock, even Metallica. I mean, even Motley Crue for me sometimes can be much. Even though I liked them when I was younger, I don't think I could listen to it now. Skid Row. Yeah, I listen to a lot of Skid Row. Like a lot. Not now. But I listen to a lot of Skid Row. Sebastian Bach was cool. Looks like Queer New is going to be replacing Rose d'Arabi. Ooh, I really like Rose d'Arabi. Noir Cogain was pretty good. I've not tried these, man. It's been a long time since something from Privé struck me, but the Police were great. Is this guy on the radio? He's definitely not on the radio. He's on YouTube though, a couple times a week, so you can hang out with us. You should take that shirt off. Well, I had to put one on to start the stream, Alyssa. What's happening, Jonathan? Good to see Jonathan. Jenna says, I love classic rock ballads. So many heavy metal bands really show their artistry with their ballads. Yeah. Metallica has good ballads. Beatles are legendary, says Space. What the fuck are these opinions? Go listen to White Album. See, everybody has their own different opinions, and that's okay, man. Like, I love my opinion, but I also love your opinion for you. You know what I mean? And no, like, nothing's gonna change my mind. It's just not for me. It's like saying, oh, I love Clinique Happy. You gotta go try Clinique Happy because you're gonna love it too because it works on me. It's gonna work on you too. Well, no, it's not true. You're allowed to love Clinique Happy, and Whitesnake is a great band. I liked Whitesnake as well. They were like Whitesnake was a lover boy band. They did a lot of soft ballads. Deftones, one of the most consistent bands in the 25 years. Deftones are sick. Just released a new track that I've been jamming to on repeat the last couple years. You can't psych me or Germs into Nirvana. That's just what the Pacific Northwest. Really? You guys don't like Nirvana? Why? What is up with that? How about Pearl Jam? Metallica post-Black album, definitely overrated. I would agree with you there, Boz. After a certain point, I was just like, oh yeah, Metallica's changed so much that they're unrecognizable to me. Manila is such a sweetheart. Love chatting with her, says Mitra. Metallica's the right amount of rated. Well, they stuck around. Like, you know, they kind of came up with Guns N' Roses maybe a bit earlier than Guns N' Roses. And while Guns N' Roses kind of just faded away, Metallica was still like writing music, touring, releasing new songs. And Guns N' Roses just got kind of fat, you know what I mean? And playing the same thing over and over and over again. But how's everybody doing? How y'all doing on this Monday afternoon? How's life treating y'all? What are you guys listening to? You guys all listening to music? Zeppelin, Stones, Allman Brothers, Beatles, Beach Boys off the top of my head. Sour Diesel is GOAT, Bozok. Yeah, I like the Sour D too. That Sour D is my nighttime strain. You know what I mean? They're kind of heavy. During the day, I like the Jean-Guise, but when it's time to go dreamy dream, you know what I mean? Like in Dreamland, that's when you want Sour D. It'll take you to space. Sour D is very uplifting. It's like sucking on a big helium joint. If you did a scent from a song, which song would you choose? Oh, that is a good question. Oh my God, there's so many good ones. It would probably be a Zeppelin. You know what I mean? A lot of complexity, a lot of anger. Zeppelin's got a lot of anger, but they express it freely. You know what I mean? It's very free. I find Zeppelin's music is more. I'd find it almost on par, equally angry as Metallica's, but it kind of flows more naturally to me. How about the greatest Canadian ever, Justin Bieber, sending you to Cosmos? He's probably been to the Cosmos a lot himself, but apparently he's just released a new album. Janet says Guns N' Roses, Patience, November Rain, Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory, Always, Rolling Stones. I love Wild Horses. Ooh, Wild Horses is so good. That's probably one of my favorite Stone songs. And Painted Black. I love the opening of Painted Black when he's just banging on the drums. Boom, 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 boom. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. Bow, 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 bow. CCR, Clapton. Yeah, there's a lot of great music. Supertramp. Zeppelin was more blues inspired. Pink Floyd is stoner rock. Yeah, it's definitely trippy, super trippy. But that's sometimes you need that, and there's no one else that kind of did that sort of thing. Black Sabbath was dope in the 70s. A little too aggressive for my soul, but sure. Jonathan says, I love Zeppelin, but they covered tons of old blues songs and adopted them without recognizing the originals. Is this a Mexican-friendly stream? Yes. If you want to be friendly, be friendly. What's up, Uncle Kirky? What's up, you? Allman Brothers were one of my father's favorites. Jeez, my parents just listen to Croatian music and that. They never listen to any of this kind of stuff. We just had like Croatian folklore music. Zeppelin took lines from blues songs almost word for word, but they sounded good, didn't they? Nirvana's too soft for my perfumes. He's very angry as well, and very ragey. I can imagine he would have been a nightmare to live with. A walking red flag, right? What's happening, Galen, my fellow youth? You've come at the right time. Dwarfy says, I like Nirvana, but I struggle to disconnect my loathing of the pretentious fans with the band itself. Always hate when that happens. Yeah, Dwarfy, just kind of like try and put your blinders on, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just kind of look forward and... I know. Sometimes things pop up in us and we have no control over them, but that's a life, right? What's happening, Rudy? Good to see Rudy. Alice in Chains and Soundgarden over Nirvana. Nah. Nah. Not even close. Not for me. Have you ever seen the rain? Janice says, I want to put together a great playlist for my upcoming 2-day road trip to Vancouver. I'll be including classic rock ballads. CCR, have you ever seen the rain? That should be a good list. Good trip. GNR fucked it up. GNR was good while they were making good music, but it didn't last, so. Kashmir is my favorite. Jonathan says, grunge hit my 20s, so that music impacted me in West Coast rap. So no good bands in the last 25 years? Let's go through them. I mean, you have Miley Cyrus. Greatest Canadian is GSP. Wow, better than Wayne Gretzky? Fuck. We have some pretty good comedians. John Candy. What about John Candy? As a country, Canada is underrated. We're a pretty good country, I gotta say. We are a good country. It's expensive as fuck to live here, but it's a good country. Other than that, it's safe. All right, Dwarfy. Here we go. We got something interesting. Dwarfy says, last week was ass, Eugene. I went on a horrendous date last week, met her on an app and thought she was her friend in her pictures. Her friend was hotter. It was difficult hiding the disappointment. Oh. My advice, Dwarfy, get off of those damn apps, man. Those things are not your friends, and they're just gonna fuck with your mind, eh? They're gonna fuck with you. You're gonna lose confidence. You're just gonna move a bunch of... I don't know, man. They might be working for you, but I'm not a fan of the apps, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the dating apps. But I'm also very comfortable, like, in my just being alone, you know what I mean? I love my alone time. But Maybe you can pull the switch. You can always pull the switch. You know, that's possible. You date one, then you switch for the friend. We'll see how that works. But good luck to you, Dwarfy, man. Barry Man alone. Oh, shit. Oh, Rush. That's it. I can't stand listening to Rush. Gail says, I've never really listened to Rush, but on a recent road trip, I decided to check them out. 3 songs in, and my wife made some paper napkin earplugs to shield herself from the sheer dorkiness. Yes, Rush is the band I was thinking about. I cannot listen. Rich is live later, Eugene. See you, Karen. Galen, we need a lavender video part 2. You missed so many. Oh yeah, I got into Supertramp recently. Where's Anuj? I don't know where Anuj is. I don't know where Anuj is. I guess Anuj is just kind of doing his own thing, right? Doing what Anuj does. Carl says, yeah, I want to go back to this. Galen, we need a lavender video part 2. You missed so many. I feel like there's so many good ones too. Huge Rich streaming war. No war at all. I had no idea Rich was streaming or was going to stream. But he is free to stream. I mean, the lines are free. The airwaves are free to stream. Janet says, I do have mad respect for the Stones. How do you feel about Sebastian? I think he got a copyright strike for talking about the new Bleu de Chanel. No way. Seriously, that's horrible. I like Sebastian a lot. I hope, and I know he lost his channel once already to Bond number 9. They took down this channel, but hopefully he'll be okay. It kind of sucks that Chanel's doing that. Chanel's going after the wrong people, I feel. But weird. Chanel's really weird, but and super protective of their brand. I wonder what offended them. Just that he's releasing information. Janet says, last night I sprayed Dior Dolce Vita on one arm, Diorissimo on the other. They're still there 12 hours later. Part 2 with Eugene. I'm down. Thoughts on Jeremy fragrance? Jeremy's Jeremy, man. Jeremy's doing Jeremy. Just like I'm doing me and you're doing you. You know what I mean? Like, let people live. Let people be. Milos says the best daytime sativa is red Congolese. I'm not familiar with that. I've never heard of that, red Congolese. I like them at about 30%. I don't like the infused at 40s. They're way too strong. And I just feel like I'm numbed out. You know what I mean? They're almost even paralyze you. 40% is crazy. They just kind of fry your brain cells. Brain cells. Yeah, they fry your brain cells. Norm MacDonald is Canadian too. Boz says Canada's a good country. Reminds me of Norway. Have you been here, Boz? Jonathan says, whenever I hear Beatles detractors, they couldn't have listened to their full catalog, especially their later stuff. What's a good country to visit in the EU other than Poland? Croatia, Rudy. I would say Croatia, Greece, Italy, Portugal, France. All of them, man. All of them. Norway, Sweden, Czech, Slovak. Some great Swedish and Norway band right now are Viagra Boys. That's the name of their band. That's sick. Jenna says, I've heard that Chanel's coming down hard on the number of YouTube reviewers with the copyright strikes. I think essentially Daycup got hit recently too. Ooh, wow. I wonder what they're looking for. That's, yeah. You always got to be careful when you're putting Chanel in the title of something, either your Instagram post or your YouTube video or, and I've got Chanel in tons of my stuff. They've never bothered me ever, but I'm okay with that. Knock on some wood. Knock on some wood. Dwarfy says, I hate these apps, but it's difficult as shit to meet people my age in person. People are socially stunted post-COVID. Dude, I just talk to people, you know what I mean? I just say hi to everybody. If you got a problem saying hi, that's your problem. You know, that doesn't mean my energy doesn't change on because of somebody else's energy. You know what I mean? So I see somebody I like and I just talk to them. Just say hi. That's all you got to say. If they're interested, they're going to say hi back and the conversation will flow. If not, hey, good seeing you. Have a great life. See you later. It's simple. It's really that easy, man. Miss Ramsey, hope he's doing well though. Me too. But I'm just not a fan of the apps. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy to bullshit on those with pictures, with words, and there's no action taking on those apps. There's no responsibility. You get ghosted, and you know what I mean? It's just like too easy to fuck around. Rudy says if Chanel doesn't adjust to the times, they'll be left behind. Let's be real. The people that buy their clothing are getting old. And young people aren't buying Chanel clothes anymore, are they? Are there ghosts in the woods? Probably. ML says I used an online dating site only once, like 12 years ago. She had a cold sore, so I didn't kiss her and kind of stopped seeing her. I felt bad after. I wouldn't kiss her either, bro. She had a cold sore on the first date. Like, why is she going on a first date with a cold sore? Like, you smells goat. He certainly does. Chanel needs a men's ready-to-wear line. Like Dior. Does Dior have a men's ready line? Croatia, you coming with? I'd love to, man. Soon. I gotta book a trip to Croatia very soon. It's been way too long. Hey, Sandra, what's happening? Good to see Sandra. Leon Corso asking the hard-hitting questions here. Bush or bear? I'm going to leave that to the chat. What do you guys say, chat? Bush or bear? I've got my answer. The guys in the chat, bush or bear? Sandra says too many weirdos on dating apps. Sandra, are you on the dating apps? Are you single, Sandra? Are you looking? I never know who's single, who's married, who's taken, what somebody's status is, but not in the know. Good to see not in the know. Sebastian's copyright strike was for talking about the new Bleu de Chanel shitter. I don't think a copyright strike necessarily affects this channel. I've gotten a bunch. I have a bunch of copyright strikes, and what it means is you can't monetize that video. That's all it really means. It has no effect on the channel itself. Boss says bush. You like the bush? Boss, is there any particular shape or style or pattern or how bushy or like what kind of a bush? Have you ever watched The Weed Hunters? No, I have. I've never heard of it. Not in the know says, I'm not sure if he's saying bush or just laughing at bush, but Janet says my uniform is basically a black t-shirt, nice jeans, and then perfume and jewelry, nice shoes. Good to go. I save a lot of money on clothing and spend it on perfume. You sound like a lot of us here, Janet. Dwarfy says the apps stink. You're right. I will try and hone that energy. A woman met me and lied about her age. I'm 25 and found out she was 40 after she said, see what I mean? Like, I don't want to say all people are shit, but when you clumps a lot of people in a small space, shit happens. Laughing my ass off, Bush is starting to come back in style. Well, I mean, Bush was heavy in the 80s, right? And 70s, 80s. In the 90s, they started taking that off. They started manicuring that stuff, like taking all hair off. Boss says no shape. I just find Bear to be unbearable to look at. Does it scare you, Boss? What's going on? Does it snap? What are you afraid of? It might bite? Unbearable to look at. Oh, Sandra says, I've been with my partner for more than 10 years. I met him on a dating app, but gosh, I met so many weirdos before him. I have had a date with a crazy guy. I thought I need to get out of here. Yeah, that was my feeling as well. Not no says, tidy bush, not too crazy. Where's the dog? He loves watermelon. They're around somewhere. They're around somewhere. Speaking of watermelon, I need to wet my palate a little bit. I need to wet my palate. Boss is like a hairy chest for men. Shout out from San Diego. Good to see San Diego in the house. Boss says it feels weird. What, slippery, smooth, shiny? Jared says I'm a landing strip kind of guy. Okay. A nice thin... Now it's about being as hairless as possible. That's the Cristiano Ronaldo look. I feel like it's pretty rare for the girls at my uni to be cleanly shaven. It's simply not la mode right now. Pretty rare for girls in university to be shaven right now? Really? That's so bizarre. I figured all of like them would be cleaned up down there. How do we go from talking about perfumes to landing strips? Somebody asked. Somebody mentioned dating site, and then somebody asked about Bush or cleaner or Bush. Alyssa says I can't stand hair, so I guess I'm unbearable to look at. Ooh. She just gave it away. I don't think anybody called it unbearable to look at. Guys, let us know what you're wearing. Let us know your scent of the day. I'm going to move to the front of the house. I'm gonna move to the sun. Can't be too bushy though, eh? Like what kind of a bush? Like an afro bush? Sent to the Nautica Voyage. I've been looking for my bottle of that stuff and I can't find it anywhere. I feel like I might have given it away somewhere because I know I had a bottle of classic Nautica Voyage. And that thing gets a lot of love. I should probably call work and tell them I'm not coming in today because they will be expecting me in about 6 minutes. And I'm about at least 2 hours from there. Jakey Jake says, Eugene buddy, I just received my sample order from you and it almost brought me to tears. Your generosity and thoughtfulness. Truly appreciate in the era of poor or short customer service. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed your samples, man. That makes me happy to hear. Jakey Jake. Good stuff. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, I get a lot of actually messages, not often in the form of complaints for Les Abs, but sometimes a package will get lost or not very often though. So I've had like mostly really good luck with customers. So there's been a few times where people have gotten upset with me like, hey, why aren't you answering my email? I'm like, bro, you just emailed me like 30 minutes ago. I don't have my phone attached to me. You know, I mean, I do, but I'm not checking my emails every 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And they're like, why aren't you answering my emails? Why are you? I'm like, holy smokes. Or somebody will order a sample set and 20 minutes later, they're like, where's my tracking number? I'm like, bro, I haven't even packaged the damn thing yet. You know what I mean? Like, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me breathe. But other than that, I've had really, it's been great. I've got good luck. You know what I mean? No problems whatsoever. I had 2 guys reverse charge their orders. It was clearly a scam. I think it was the same guy, just using different credit payments. It was the same name, different addresses, same state. But yeah, other than that, it's been really good. Alyssa's saying, listen here, man, women like a nice landscape down there. Well, there you go, guys. Eugene playing hooky. I will be ordering Discontinued for sure. Awesome. I'm glad that you enjoyed Discontinued. Good stuff. Enjoy it. Jenna says, I really love Bellum. Lots of people asking about when Bellum is coming back. And all I can say is soon, you know what I mean? I don't really know. I don't have a tracking number on the packaging, but they should have been here already, the packaging. Dad? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I do have 3 kids and I know where they are. Dwarfy says, Eugene, can you email my mom so I can get my bottle of get my Bellum bottle back? That would be world-class customer service. Get me her email somewhere and I will, I'll take care of it. Dwarfy, we'll get your bottle of Bellum back. But what happened? How did she get your bottle of Bellum? Eugene, when is Bellum coming back? Soon, 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 soon. I'm just waiting on packaging. I have the bottles. I have about 30 bottles in stock left, and I have got 30 sleeves coming. But after that, I will have to order a new batch of Bellum. Then it will really, really be sold out. Omar says I'll sell my 40 mil of Bellum for $500. There you go, man. Making a profit. Milo says many young ladies with hairy legs and weird tattoos like childish drawings. How do you guys feel about tattooed women? Tattooed ladies. Are you guys into that? You're into that look? How do you ship to California? I wanted to send you my stuff, but it's almost $70 with UPS to Canada. Why are you sending UPS, USP? Oh, USPS. I send Canada Post. For me to ship a bottle of Bellum to California would be about $22, I think. Max 25. Like it's, yeah, maximum 25. I don't know why it costs so much to send something to Canada. You wanted to send some soaps up, I remember, right? Um, wow, that is a lot. What about UPS or FedEx or some other way? Dorothy says she smelled it and then stole it, even denied it when I called her out on it. Thief. Are you kidding? Your mom, your mom stole your bottle of Bellum and is denying it too? That's hilarious. You kicked ass with that, Iris. I didn't make it, Boz. Antoine Lee made it. I just approved it. I just said, yes, this is the one. This is the one. Actually, I asked him to make it and he made it. That's what happened. He made it. And I just said, yes, this one. Tattooed women can be hot, but I don't like too many tattoos on the women. Tasteful tattoos are okay. But what makes them tasteful? What if the whole body is tattooed? Like, I think they can be hot. Depends. Yeah, it all depends on the situation. Dwarfy says I keep telling my girlfriends that the little scribble like tattoos that the underside of a school table are gonna age like shit. Those are really in style right now. Just kind of like the kind of phrases and yeah, the cursive tattoos. Jenna says I don't have a tattoo, but if I did, I would get a magnolia flower or a pine cone, which is a flower too. I don't have any tattoos either. If I did, I'd probably get a star or a moon or a witch. Alyssa says I have a lot of tattoos. How many is a lot? Flowers all across their legs. Jenna says, wait, I do have a what? I do have a tattoo. She forgot she had a tattoo. Oh, an ink mark for radiation therapy I got for cancer, 8 years cancer free. Yay, congratulations. Cancer free. That's awesome. We're glad you're still with us, Janet. Alyssa says no tramp stamp, though. Why not? Why no tramp stamp? Do the ladies, do you guys like your men tattooed or what? Bearded and tattooed? That's kind of a thing. That's definitely a look. Bearded and tattooed. beards, glasses, tattoos everywhere now. That's all I see. Almost feel like people just want to change their appearance. They just like, they want to be anybody but themselves. You know what I mean? They just want to be different or change. I like men to be decent and to walk gently on this earth, tattoos or not. Yeah, I don't think it really matters, eh? The appearance on men or women. It all depends on the person, more so. Get a beard, Eugene, I told you. Now, I don't think I'll ever get a beard, to be honest, bud. I might get some scruff for a while, but I like to take it off. You will score. Thanks, Boz. Does that help you? When you grow a beard? My ex was desperate for me to get one of those hideous stashes for so long. Clean. Why would she want you to get a stash? Like, she's not wearing it. What's the fascination of changing somebody else's look and appearance? In Belam, the Olabanam note is really beautiful. I'm glad you like it, Janet. It is quite smoky and incensey. I really like to talk right now. Just got my bottle of Queer Ottoman in today. What's that like? What type of shipping mail does Les Abs use? We use Canada Post. And Canada Post takes it to the country where it's going and hands it off to the local carrier. So if it's going to the US, it just hands it to United States Postal Service. And that's been like the easiest and just kind of the cheapest form of shipping for everybody, for the customer and for me as well. It's in style at the moment. I don't know. People are very desperate for exterior validation. I think facial hair is only good when it helps contour the face, which is only necessary if you don't have sharp features. Yeah, I don't mind facial, you know? Some women go crazy for beards. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I definitely. They want facial hair. Well, with some guys, it helps with their masculinity. Alyssa is probably close to 20. Started getting them young. I do want more, though. My brother's got lots of tattoos. He gets some when, when he goes overseas. He's in the military. So he was up in, where was he sent? Not Ukraine, Latvia. He was up in Latvia. And then when he came back, he had all these tattoos. And I was like, what happened to you, bro? What did the, what did they do to you over there? Did you see the movie with brother? No. We might go tonight, but we might not either. I don't know. We'll see. To be honest, I'd rather just sit under a tree than watch a movie. I'm being like dead 100% serious. I'd rather be under this tree than watch a Hollywood movie. Eugene, come to the Rich live stream. How? What do you mean? With beard, I look good. When I shave, I drop significantly. Who says that, Boz? Is that your belief or somebody told you that? I don't mind a little bit of stubble, but I think clean shaven is the way. Clean shaven for me. Alyssa says, I used to work at a couple of cannabis shops, and the best sativa is Jack Herer. You need to try. I have tried them. I tried some blends. I also tried Johnny Chronic. They were both really good. Pricier than the usual stuff, but good. Mustache is the problem for me when it gets big. The last Hollywood movie I watched and enjoyed was Northman. That shit was gas. We watched a movie here last week on Netflix with my brother and the kids. I don't remember the name of the movie, but what's that guy's name? The face of Bleu de Chanel, Timothy Charlemagne was in it. He played some kind of cracked out kid. He was on getting high on drugs. Wasn't getting enough love from his dad, so he was looking for himself. I can't remember the name of the movie though. Look at the water jumping. I was in all morning, Alyssa. I was in there. I was the only person in the lake all morning. Not a single soul out there, not a boat. Just me, myself, and I. And it was gorgeous. The water is really nice. Super nice. But I'll sit here for a bit. There you go. Janet taking off. Janet, have a great day. Have a great time, whatever you're doing. Enjoy. Blackbird, what is happening, buddy? Please advise, the moon or dawn, which one and why? Oh, man. The moon or dawn. These fragrances are really, really similar, right, in a way. I don't think you can go wrong with either of them, to be honest, if you like that sort of thing. The moon might be more rosy. They're both dirty ouds, barnyardy, smoky ouds. The The moon is sweeter. The moon is that raspberry shisha hookah sort of tobacco thing. And more, the moon is more synthetic as well. Dawn smells more natural. You got to smell them, man. I don't know which one. They're both great, but different, like completely different scents. Did you call us sick? No, man, not yet. I got to call. I got to send a message at least. Let them know I'm not coming. You should skinny dip for the live. Should I? Should I get my channel taken down? Maybe the views will go up. Oh, hi. They're waving hello. Yeah, I'm actually going to jump in right after the live. I'm so jealous. Dude, you live in California. You got an ocean right there. You got better water than I do. You got better water. I imagine you have better water. I've canoed many in Ontario Lake and River. They're the best. It looks very shallow. It's shallow here. I mean, we'll get in there and it's deep. I mean, yeah, here you can stand in it. It's no problem. That's kind of what we want. Did I hear shisha? Well, no, they were asking about the moon. Frederick, all the moon or the night. Which one do I prefer? And I said they're both pretty. It's really hard to decide. You know what I mean? They're both really great, and they're different too. Depends on what you want. But yeah, the moon has shisha and it has that raspberry smoked tobacco, rose, shisha, and oud. Sharks? No, we don't have any sharks here. We don't have any sharks here. That, you know what? It is pretty clear, but the sun's beaming right down on it. You know what I mean? It is clear. It's good. I'll go in. I go in. It's nice. The water is nice, but I gotta put my shoes on because it's damn rocky. And I always put my shoes on. Hi, bro. She's calling me bro. Oh, the water's gorgeous. They got a big floaty down there. Hola. Mmm. So nice. The water's so nice. We got a paddle board in the garage too. My brother brought a canoe. Do a little bit of paddle boarding. It can get cold here as well, but I mean, we're in the dead of summer, so it's had time to warm up. But when you come early, like if you would have gotten this water a month ago, it would have been freezing ass cold. Yeah, and it would take you like a minute or two to warm up and adjust. Right now it's like 10 seconds and it's like, oh yeah. It's almost like piss bath water right now. That might be because I'm peeing in it, but well, it's washed off my Fleur de Mal, I imagine. No more Fleur de Mal. It's okay, I'll apply something else. Lake Ontario, no, this is Lake Simcoe. Lake Simcoe. Just in Aurelia. First ever fragrance swimming stream. No, I was on Joey Cannoli's live from the lake once. Naked. I was skinny dipping in Joey Cannoli. This was years ago. Oh, hell, yeah, we were going back years. And I was on Joey's stream. He's like, take your shorts off and dummy me. And I was like, all right, no problem. Joey loved it. It's a restaurant called Captain Something. Where, in Aurelia? Maybe. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, the water is so good. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go sit in the sun. Now I wish I had something nice and light to spritz on, but I don't. Everything I brought is really heavy. Like nighttime fragrances like cocoa. I brought cocoa and I brought Egoist and Fleur de Mal. And number 18. And Poudre. I brought 19 Poudre. I brought 18 and 19 Poudre. Is Beau de Jour discontinued? Apparently it is. Any beavers nearby? No, not here. Oh, maybe, but no, not in this lake. Beavers are more towards rivers. What's happening, El Manzano? What's shaking, Manzano? Chucky is here. Chuck the Third. What are you guys wearing? Al's on the fly. You've been flying your whole life, bro. You've never landed. And that's okay. You're exactly where you need to be, bud. Just keep flying. We see Salamarin would be a nice one there. It would. Salamarin, yeah. Something kind of fruity and aquatic, fresh. Unlike Nautica Voyage. Chuck says, about to unbox new Les Indemnidables Immortelle. If it sucks, I'm flying up there to drop it off to me, hopefully. Yes, you can. You can bring it here. Versace Eau Fraiche would be a nice one to spray on. Samir had Versace, the Oud. What is that Oud called? Versace Oud. That kind of caught my eye. To drown you right there. I don't drown, bro. You can't drown me. I'm the main character. I don't die, man. You gotta remember that. Like, this is my story, eh? You've come to the wrong place, Chuck. Go fuck with somebody else. All right? No, but you can come and try. You can come and try. But you end up being the villain, right? Totally. You would be the villain. Oud Noir, yeah, Oud Noir, that's what it is. What do you guys think of Oud Noir? Is it worth having? Or is it just like, meh? Not bad for designer Oud, eh? The water's pretty great. Get in. I just got out. I was just in. How much do I weigh? Right now, I would say about 230 to 235. It would be great if you and me tried a picnic stream together. What do you mean a picnic stream? Or what? Eat watermelon? I'm on the eggs bandwagon. A true influencer you are. I'm old and need the protein. My mom too. Dude, eggs are the way. All you need is eggs, beef, chicken, and fruit. That's it. Stay away from the middle aisles in the grocery store. Stay away from anything that comes in the box, in the package, wrapper. Unless it's like meat wrapped, but that's the way. That's natural foods. Everything else is like, it's so heavily processed, you know? Everything is so processed with dyes and coloring and sugars. It's fucking, that's with the age of ADHD, man. We didn't have this shit in the 80s, ate this fucking level of ADHD. It's all this processed gunk that we're eating. Not just eating, but we're wearing on our bodies. Like, look at the clothes. It's so hard to find a fucking cotton t-shirt. Like, everything is polyester these days, and I hate the feeling of polyester on my body, but everything's just made to be low budget, fast, cheap, easy, you know? including food, including perfume, everything. You can fit everything into this equation. But yeah, eggs are the way. Eggs are fucking, they're golden. You know what I mean? It's the best food. You know, they say, oh yeah, yeah, don't eat too many eggs, you'll get cholesterol. Well, what is the option? Are you gonna have pancakes and have too much sugar? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna have? I'd rather have cholesterol and protein from eggs than all the overdose of or overload of sugar that comes in. I don't know, whatever else you're gonna have for breakfast. What's the option of bacon and eggs? Gurgle says I should buy a bottle of Beau de Jour now, but I hope your Fougere will be better. um, Thank you. Thank you, but I think you should get a bottle of Beau de Jour if you love it, because my Fougere will be here. My Fougere will always be here. But yeah, definitely, I would say, if you love Beau de Jour, get it while you can before prices go up, because people love to jack those Tom Ford prices, right? Whole Foods only, yeah. It's definitely Whole Foods. Yeah, it's easier on your body. It's even easier on your mind. Like, your mind doesn't have to deal with all that ADHD shit, all that come down, all that sugar crashes. What about cake? What kind of cake are we talking about? I like corn. I guess it's not. I don't know if it's natural for us to eat corn. I don't eat corn, but I don't know. Eggs are nutritious. Corn on the cob is great. It tastes great. I don't know if it's good for us. I don't think there's anything. There's no nutrients to corn. It's just starches. It just ends up turning into sugars. Eggs and red meat are probably the most nutritious foods on the planet. Yes. And I would include honey in there. And blueberries. Eggs Benedict is my favorite breakfast. Why do they have to be Benedict? I just like sunny side up. Don't give me any of the fancy stuff, omelet or mashed eggs. Sunny side up. You know what kaigana is? I don't. Scrambled eggs, no. You can't get more processed than corn on the cob. Talk about engineering. Was it here on the day of creation? Apparently bananas weren't here on the day of creation. I did not know that. Bananas are manufactured by humans. And if they were here, they would probably look completely different than what they look like now. I read an article that says eggs in large amounts increase the risk of blood cancer. I don't know how true that is. Well, they're obviously going to demonize, the food industry is going to demonize eggs because they want to sell their sugars, their fats, their oils, and salts, you know what I mean, in a box. So, yeah, eggs are bad. Red meat is bad, of course. All these foods that we were growing up from, caveman ages, what we've been eating are bad for us all of a sudden. And we should eat all these ultra-processed foods. Like, come on, man. Think about it. We need to survive off of something. Everything ends up turning into sugar. That's metabolism. People also live 40 years max on the day of creation. Well, yeah, they didn't have any medicines and stuff. We didn't have any medicine. And we were also fending off lions and tigers and all saber-tooths and all sorts of things. Or why were we dying at 40? Maybe from heartbreak. Oh shit, look at this. Al Manzano, thank you so kindly for the $10 super chat. This is US too. This is like $40 Canadian. So what would this is $10 is probably like $14 Canadian. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much, Al Manzano, for your generous super chat. Al says, I have tried to prioritize my physical activity and health throughout my life. Turning 75, 9 out of 9. And you're doing it great, man. You are showing us exactly how to do it, Al. Only one Al Manzano. One Manzano at a time. And I agree with what you say, man. You got to prioritize not just physical, but your mental as well. Mental is just as important, you know? Like you can't hide the inside from yourself. You need to take care of that. Like it's harder to hide the outside. That's why people take care of it, because they can be seen and they think they can hide the inside. But no, taking care of the inside is, I think, even way more important than taking care of the physical. Because when you take care of the inside, everything else comes together. Taking care of the outside alone will not take care of your insides. You know, when you take care of your insides, that's when you start taking care of everything else. So it's all important. Physical, mental, spiritual as well, to connect with your spiritual being and, you know, going back to your connection to earth, source, consciousness, you know. We're all connected consciously, but you have to be connected to that consciousness. Do I have a favorite from the Merveille line? Probably the OG. Eau de Merveille. Just the regular, the OG. And then maybe Elena's Alhambra. Wait, which one did he did? He did the kind of sweeter one, didn't he? But the original is my favorite. Oh, Alman's in with another super chat. What is going on here? Al turning 75 years old on September 9th. Well, happy birthday, Al Manzano. An early happy birthday. Al giving away money for his birthday. Thank you, Al. Happy 75. You're almost as old as my dad, Al. My dad's 82, man. 83. My dad's 83. I mean, you got a long way to go, but you know, those are some great numbers. If I can reach my dad's numbers, I'd be extremely happy. And he's in amazing condition, incredible condition for his age. He walks 15 kilometers every day. That's how he stays in shape. Eats tons of red meat and a lot of bread. Doesn't eat any sugar, doesn't eat cake or donuts or any of that, cookies, none of it. He'll have a few biscuits with his tea in the morning, like that, and that's about maybe like 4 biscuits, and that's about as sweet as he goes. But yeah, hope you a lot more years, Al, a lot more health and wealth and freedom. A lot more freedom to you. Everything is connected. You got to know it. You got to realize it to be aware of it. If you're unaware of it, you'll never get it. You just will never, ever, ever get it. It won't make sense to you, but you got to do the work. And the work comes with meditation, you know. Nigel made l'ombre. I know Nigel made the kind of more aquatic ones. Which one did Elena make? Did he make any of them? My dad was born in 42, yeah. A L'Ombre and Elixir, sweeter one. L'Ombre is Nigel's and is pronounced very similar. Well, the original neither Nigel nor Elena made. I think it was another perfumer, and I don't remember the name. Keep active and eat well. Yeah, that's the key. I think that's the secret ingredient to life, is just eating good foods and getting lots of exercise, and everything else comes, you know. You start to get in shape and you start to feel better. Once you feel good, everything else is okay too. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta feel good. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. You're having a good Monday. I'm gonna get going. 4:10. My brother's gonna get off work soon. We're gonna get some dinner, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna enjoy it. Whatever it is we're doing, we're gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean? Even if it's just having a conversation about old times. But it was great seeing you guys. Maybe I'll mow the lawn later. Ralph Schwager. Yeah, that's my favorite one. The first one. You guys get some good loving in, however you get it, whatever that means to you. We all get it somehow differently, but it's all kind of the point. It's love. He made lipstick rose. I like lipstick rose as well. It's a really, I think it's an underrated rose. Quite a green, a vetiver rose. I like those classic roses. Rose and vetiver go nice, but not in Diptyque's Vetiverio. I did not like that vetiver rose. I mean more like Chanel style rose and vetiver. Guys, have a great day. We will see you all very soon. Bye for now.